New videos every day.
Here's some interesting facts about the human body. Did you know that the length from your wrist to your elbow is about the same length as your foot? Well, let's put that to the test. Yep, about 10.5 inches. My foot, about 10.5 inches. So let's see if it works. Yep, it's about right. The outside of your eye is called the cornea. Now, the cornea cells are the only cells in the body that don't need to get their oxygen through the blood. They can actually get the oxygen that they need from the air. So that's why when you use contacts too frequently or sleep in them, it's bad for your eyes because they're not getting the oxygen that they need. We all know what this is, right? Well, if you saw somebody trying to use this on their hair, you might think they're a little weird, huh? Well, they may not be as weird as you might think. Why? Because your hair is made out of the same material as your fingernails. Did you know that it takes 72 muscles to produce human speech? You may notice that you have to cut your fingernails more often than your toenails. Well, that's because the longer the finger, the faster it grows. So, the middle finger is going to grow the fastest, and the thumb is going to grow the slowest. Your toes are about 1/3 of the size of your fingers. So that means that you have to cut your fingernails 3 times as often as your toenails. The muscle that controls your eyelid is the fastest muscle in your entire body. It allows you to blink about 5 times a second and about 15,000 times a day. Another interesting thing is that women blink about twice as many times as men. Well, you probably already know that a yard is 3 feet. But who came up with a yard? Well, that was King Henry I. In the 12th century, he came up with a standardized length of a yard. It was the distance from his nose to his thumb. When you see pictures of bones in magazines, or when you see them at a museum, they tend to be white. So you might think that the bones in the human body are white, but that's not true. The living bones in the human body range from colors of beige to a light brown. The reason why they're white in museums and in pictures is because they take the bones and they boil them and then they clean them so it bleaches them white. Well, I know you've probably done this before. Skin cells. The average human sheds about 600,000 skin cells a day, so that translates to about 1.5 pounds a year. So the average human, when they age to about 70, has already shed about 105 pounds of skin. Another interesting fact is that your eyebrows actually keep the sweat from dripping into your eyes, and your eyelashes keep the dust from getting into your eyes. Speaking of skin cells, your skin is actually alive, and your skin is the largest organ in your body. Like every other cell, your skin needs oxygen. So to get that oxygen, your skin has thousands of tiny little blood vessels that carry the oxygen. In fact, there's so many blood vessels that in just a square inch of skin, there's so many blood vessels that you can stretch them out side by side and you get about 20 feet. Your cells have DNA. Now, your DNA is compacted very tightly inside of those cells. So if you were to take the DNA out and stretch it all out, you could go to the moon and back 3,000 times. "92% of your blood is made up of water. 75% of your muscle is made up of water, and 75% of your brain is made up of water. That means that about 2/3 of a person's body weight is water." Your heart beats about 101,000 times a day. That translates to about 3 billion times in your life. Your heart will pump about 400 liters or 800 quarts in its lifetime. Have you ever seen that movie, Kill Bill, where she hacks off their limbs and blood goes squirting out and you think that is just ridiculous, right? Well, that's not very ridiculous because our heart pumps blood with such force that it can squirt blood 30 feet. In future videos, we are going to be telling you some interesting facts about the planet Mars. And you know that symbol for men, where it's a circle with an arrow? Well, we're going to be telling you where that came from. And in another video, I'm going to be playing the Nintendo Wii, and I will be sharing some interesting facts about the Wii. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any requests for future facts, please leave a comment, and also rate my video.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psychetruth channel.
Well, I know you've probably done this before. Oh. Hold on. Fudge. Well, I know you've probably done this before. Well, I know you've probably done this before. Why? Well, I know you've probably done this before. Skin cells.